Today's model, the Victorinox Spartan Lite. In this case, it says Red Trun. You should have already guessed why. Identification number 1.74. He tells us that it is translucent. Let's take it out. It is very nice, aesthetically, and to look at. And here we have the manual that I'm going to unfold because there are many who do not see it. The can opener is used for it. Something that some people argue with me about. The functions of the bottle opener say that it must be lubricated. There are many that do not lubricate. And here it tells us about the batteries. Let's see the knife itself. This Spartan Lite, as you can see, these translucent handles are beautiful. Right off the bat, we know that it has a toothpick in and that it has a clip and ring. I am going with the tools of the normal Victorinox Spartan Lite. So we have the can opener, which you saw in the manual. That goes forward when opening. It has the screwdriver, a 2.5 screwdriver. And here we will have the bottle. The bottle opener, and the 3-point screwdriver. And over here, the blade that will have the newest marking, that is 3 lines, right? It will say Rolls, Fry, and the official Swiss. On this side, the smaller blade, got the eyelet punch. I want to go over there. The bottle opener. In this case, it comes from the factory with a mini screwdriver for glasses, and it has the hole, but it does not have the pin. It probably did have it. I took it out because this one is exposed. It is a knife that I think is quite nice, but unlike the hands metal satellite, it does not pass handles can eat. That number that we would see here, means that it has the mini screwdriver. And now we are going to see the other part, that is, why is it different from the Spartan? The Taka, obviously, because it has Phillips, that is, in this model, we have a corkscrew and a Phillips screwdriver. And on the other side, we're going to have the Lite, which in this case is transparent. There, you can place it this way or another. You turn it on by sliding the button or by pressing. There we have it. Quite nice. I was telling you that you can also use it this way. But I like it this way better. Well, let's move on to more technical specifications now. Not much darkness makes the translucent and gray look quite different. I think you can see it with the naked eye. We're going to take it to the dealer scale where we're going to weigh it, and it weighs 83.66. And what caught my attention was regarding the width knee, because according to Zach Wiki, it's the same width as a Huntsman. Let's try to make it very clear. And yes, it is. It's not quite 200, but it's 195.6. And let's see the Huntsman. The Huntsman. And indeed, it's very close. The Huntsman is a little bit more, but it has one more layer. Some variations of the Spartan L. I had told you that the identification number in Ruby was 1.7804.T But there were also emerald ones. In this case, the identifier number is 1.78 or 4.34. A special edition from the movie Spaceship. Surprise. Period 1. It's actually in German, but I won't know how to pronounce it, which was released on July 22, 2004. Oh, this special edition has the identifier number 1.78 71. Also the number 1.7804. Which is the 15 Spa, the real limited edition from 2007. And it has this model, as you can see, the engraved blade. And also the steel that is TO is on, which is the 3.7804, 0.808. With the luminescent knife handles, and I can't tell you the identifier number of the Swiss International Police, which was also on Spartan Lite, Huntsman Lite. They chose this model. And now let's go with an advertising one that my friend from the Swiss Army Brotherhood Ander is going to show us, and he's going to give us some thoughts on these advertising knives.
Victorinox Spartan Lite with promotional handles. Okay, let's take it one step at a time. I want to give you my opinion as a collector, my opinion as a user, and I want to think about how a businessman who wants his brand to be seen on a knife would think. So as a collector, I can only say that it is a very interesting piece that should be in the collection. It is the conventional Spartan with the light device, paired with the Phillips screwdriver, always useful. It is so unique. I don't remember if it came with the micro screwdriver or if I added it. It comes with the instructions for the vast majority of knives. Here it explains how to turn it on, turn it off, and how to easily replace the batteries with the same Harum screwdriver, if you will pardon the redundancy of the micro screwdriver. So therefore, I think it did come with it. I didn't add it. It had it. The light honestly isn't the best, but let's say it does illuminate a goon. It would be like for the dark Alagi to open, I don't know, suddenly open the door lock with keys, although it's nothing like a more modern flashlight. Yeah. Look. But let's say that at the time, it was what there was. And it is what the transparent magnifying, the transparent flashlight does have an improvement. It lights up more than this one. But this one really has a poor light, if not very, very poor. Now let's analyze it as a user. As a user, I really like the Phillips screwdriver with a 3-layer blade, but I feel that this flashlight is not enough for everyday use. I prefer to carry a more powerful flashlight on my keys, in my case a light that I carry on my keychain. This is my daily use flashlight. I have never used a flashlight with a knife as a daily use flashlight because I think it is very poor. Now, let's go as a business person. If I were a businessman and I wanted my brand to be seen on a knife, I would think of a knife that was more practical. For example, a conventional Spartan, not a light. I would put my brand on a Huntsman, which are much more practical knives that people would use more than a Spartan Lite. In addition, a Spartan Lite costs the same as a Huntsman, even a little more than the, or at least in different regions, it can cost much more than a Huntsman. So, I repeat, as a wonderful collector's item, for me, having the advertised makes it even more collectible. But for daily use, I feel that the flashlight falls short. And from a businessman's point of view, I also think that I would put my brand on a more useful and practical knife.
With light, attractive aesthetically, discontinued. 3 attributes of the Spartan Lite that it shares with the models that appear in these videos. If you like what you just saw, I hope you like it. Subscribe to the channel, and if anyone is interested in sharing this video and creating even more things, become a member by clicking the join button. Have a good day, everyone.
What?